Hello everybody, Scorpio Caesar here, and I know the holidays have come and gone, but I've yet to talk about the stuff that I got from the past couple of months up until now. So that includes birthday, Christmas gifts, and the pickups that I've done in the past couple of months, and I'm going to talk about it in today's video. So with that out of the way, welcome to the CesArcade.
Get ready.
So before we get started, I want to wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, and a Happy New Year. It's been a hell of a year for the channel here, and well, I want to thank you all for subscribing and tuning in today's video. I want to know what you got for the holidays. Did you get any games you want to talk about? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'm really interested in hearing what you got and what you picked up. So let's get started with my pickups. Okay, so we got a little bit of mixture here of birthday claims and then Christmas. So first, let's start off with the birthday. So my birthday was at the end of November, and my sister and brother-in-law got me this awesome Cable Guys Godzilla 1954. Absolutely beautiful. I didn't even know they made a Cable Guys controller holder for Godzilla, and it's the classic original Godzilla, and I absolutely love it. As you can see here, he's holding a copy of Pokemon Crystal, a game that eluded me for the longest time. Of all the Pokemon games I have throughout the years, along with my wife, we've never owned Pokemon Crystal until now. This one I had to get off eBay, and I paid a pretty penny for it. Thank God for PayPal's Pay in 4 because Jesus Christ, this game is expensive just to get it loose, but I'm happy to finally have it. Now, the reason why I've been on such a Pokemon kick lately, and the reason why I picked this one up in particular, is because I bought something from my good friend, an old pal from the channel's past, Turtlebird. Turtlebird sold me his analog pocket. This is the first generation model, the black one. Still has that old screen protector here that I'm gonna get rid of because I have a new one, tempered glass. But I've always wanted an analog pocket because I wanted to rekindle my love for the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance. That's exactly what it's done. It's amazing how beautiful games look on this thing. And it's not emulation based, it's actually hardware emulation through FPGA. And I think it's incredible what it does for Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. It's incredible. I'm sure most of you have already heard of this by now, or have at least picked one up, and if you haven't and you have a huge Game Boy and Game Boy Advance library, I highly recommend it. I even went as far as to pick up the dock for it just recently so I could play these games on the television set, and they look gorgeous, simply stunning. The Game Boy Advance player on the GameCube and the Game Boy interface that don't hold a candle to what this thing does on the TV. It looks gorgeous, simply gorgeous. I mean, just look at Crystal here. It's crystal clear. And so shout out to Turtlebird for that. And he even threw in a bonus here. And this game, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2, is a legendary Game Boy Advance game, especially fans of the series. He even threw in the freaking manual for it, and there it is, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. Absolutely blows the doors off the original game, which I still play through when I was younger. My brother-in-law had it, he lent it to me. Actually, I think he actually let me have it. Somehow I went through that game and got through it. It was a slog, but the sequel, so much better. Thank you again, Turtlebird, for this awesome gift. He didn't have to do that, but he did anyways, so thank you for throwing that in there. Next up, we got some claims here, and I do believe the following claims were from, this one was from Retro Beard. He was having a claim sale, and it's Sin and Punishment Star Successor. One of the very few Wii games that I've actually genuinely wanted, because highly recommended, critically acclaimed, and I can't wait to dive into it and sink my teeth into it, because I know I'm going to have a great time with it. Next up, we have two claims from Cali Claims. Cali, thank you so much for cutting me on this deal. These are for Godzilla Unleashed, a game that I thought I had physically, but I don't anymore. For some reason, I must have traded in the game, but I had like a spare case with a reprint of the cover art in my game wall for some reason, but I just didn't have the manual, I didn't have the game or anything. Now I do. This is one of those few games that I actually reviewed on my original channel back in the days. and yeah, that review does not hold up really well at all. But decided to pick it up because I need to own every Godzilla game that I grew up with. So yeah. Next up we have Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond. Now I played the original Pokepark, but I never got around to playing the sequel, which was based off, you know, the Pokemon Black and White. And I heard a lot of great things about this one. It has improvements over the original. I look forward to jumping into this one and enjoying a good, relaxing time with the Pokemon world, because these games, I don't care what anybody else says, are good, relaxing, and chill games. One of my sisters got me a gift card for my birthday. I saw this go on sale finally, and I had to pick it up. It's Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. This has all the Mega Man Battle Network games on one cartridge, no download required. I had to own this. I've been eyeing it for the longest time since it was announced, and I still remember playing the Battle Network series with Battle Network White. Borrowed it off a friend back in high school, played it, really enjoyed it. I was also watching NT Warriors on Fox, or was it Kids WB? I don't remember, but it was a great time. This was like the only Mega Man game series that I've actually enjoyed, so says a lot. Yeah, I'm not a big Mega Man fan. I'm sorry, but I love Battle Network. Here are two games I got for my birthday as well from my parents, and they know me well because these were on my wish list. I'm so happy to finally have these physically on the Switch in a collection. Both Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. These games were locked to the 3DS and DS. The Apollo Justice games in particular took a while to finally get a collection, but here it is. Happy to finally get it. I can finally finish Dual Destinies and get into Spirits of Justice. I think that's what it's called, right? Also here we have Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, which is a collection of all the Miles Edgeworth spin-off games. And the sequel, Part 2, is one we've never gotten in the US, unfortunately. Up until now, it's fully localized in this collection, so if you want some more Ace Attorney goodness, you gotta check out the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Absolutely worth it. Just the games, the storylines, all of it. It's just an amazing series. Here are a couple PSP claims I got from Retro Gaming Zone, and I saw them recently and I was like, you know what, I need some more PSP goodness in my life, especially since I plan to consoleize my PSP at some point in the future. But these were games that I've owned in the past and had since traded in a long time ago. Now I finally have them physically once again, and that is for Mortal Kombat Unchained, which is basically just Deception with some added characters from Deadly Alliance thrown in there for good measure. I mean, Deception is great. Deception on the go, even better. So that's why I decided to pick this one up for old time's sake. And of course, Dissidia Duodecim 012, I guess it's called. I mean, it is what it is. This is like the sequel slash prequel to the Dissidia game that came out on the PSP. I really enjoyed the first Dissidia, and this one threw in some more characters. I mean, Tifa was playable, so you know that was an epic win for me. Had to pick that one up, saw it on sale. Thank you again, Retro Gaming Zone, for those claims. Video Games Plus has been going berserk when it comes to sales, especially these past couple of months, and I saw these two games, and I was like, you know what, let me purchase them. This one in particular was like $4 or something, Persona 5 Strikers. I heard the Switch version didn't run as well, so I decided to just get it on the PS4 because, I mean, I'd rather just play a Musou game on a TV anyways. Next up we have a game I just ran into online. It's called Cat Rescue Story. I love cats. If you know me, I love cats. I love those brats. And I saw this little game, indie game slash mobile game, ported to the Switch. And I was like, you know what? My wife would probably enjoy playing this one. So I decided to pick it up for us. And it's simple, very basic. You could tell it's a mobile game. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. It was only $20, so that's why I bought it. Fangamer was once again having their Black Friday buy two get one free deal going on, and there were some games that I missed out on last year that I decided I wanted to get physically this year. And those two games are Undertale and Stardew Valley. Now both of these games I've owned and sunk in many hours into in the past. I've had them digitally for the longest time, but the one thing I wanted to do moving forward is pick up any digital games that I can physically. And since these are Fangamer releases, they come with little manuals as well, which is always a bonus. absolutely love Fangamer and what they do. Undertale, no exception, has a little booklet that it comes with, and both legendary indie games that took me by storm. And I'm not a big indie game kind of guy, but those two in particular are epic. I love them. And Stardew Valley is still my favorite farming sim of all time. And the other game I got from them was Bugsnax. Bugsnax was a game that came out on the PS5 originally. It eventually got ported to the Switch, which is the version I was going to go for. But then I decided, you know what? This is the kind of game I want to see looking its best and running its best. So I decided to pick it up on PS5. No regrets whatsoever. I am really enjoying this game for some reason. It's so cute, all the little bug snacks in the game based off like real foods, and I think it's an adorable, charming game. You got these little characters here in the game that you play as and interact with called, I think, what are they called? Grumbuses? It's even got like a little coloring page. It's got some pamphlets. It's got a field guide. Come on. Fangamer is doing God's work here. I mean, look at this. Inserts, you got stickers that it comes with that I'll probably never use. And that's awesome because you don't get that anymore with these stupid publishers that just want to crap out games with no heart to them. This game, I'm enjoying it. It puts me to sleep. Like that's how relaxing this game actually is. Like, no offense to the game, you know, like I'm enjoying it. I really do like it. It's very chill, but it's just the atmosphere, the look. It just, I'm a tired dude, man. This game puts me to sleep. It's one of those games, man. It's just so relaxing that it just puts you in that state of mind where if you're tired just a little bit, it's gonna push you over the edge and you're gonna fall asleep. Okay, we're moving on to Christmas stuff. First off, shout out to Mad Belmont from the Super Retro Force, which unfortunately, Super Retro Force is no longer a thing. We have since disbanded and moved on. I want to save that story for a different video, but to all my Super Retro Force brothers, it was a blast. I had a great time with you guys, and I really do hope you all well in your future endeavors. That being said, we had a Secret Santa thing going on, and unfortunately I don't think the video is ever going to see the light of day, but I got to give a shout out to the Mad Belmont, who was my Secret Santa and got me Dead Space on the PS3. Now I own every Dead Space game on the PS3, so I'm really stoked about that. Thank you for helping complete the trilogy, and yeah, thank you again to the Super Retro Force and the Mad Belmont for that one in particular. So, guys, it was a hell of a run. Alright, on to the Christmas pickups and, well, not so much pickups, but gifts. First, my sister hooked me up with a couple of games that I was really looking forward to getting, and I never got around to actually getting them for myself, but my sister, brother-in-law came through, and I got the Outer Wilds Archaeologist Edition from Annapurna. I heard so many great things about this game in terms of like its story and its exploration in space and all that, and I love space. The whole idea, the concept of the universe is both equally amazing, interesting, and terrifying to me. And I heard this game also like gives people existential crisis, which is the last thing I personally need, I'll be honest with you, but it's a game that I heard is definitely worth checking out, and I look forward to actually checking it out and playing it. Next game she got me was RoboCop Rogue City. Been a fan of this character for the longest time. My older sister used to watch these movies non-stop, at least the first two. Didn't care for the third one, didn't care for that remake trash. But RoboCop Rogue City is like the first time we've gotten a RoboCop game that's not absolute trash. And it's cool to actually be able to control RoboCop and feel like an absolute badass. And it pays a lot of homage to the actual movies, the original two. And I'm really excited for this one, and I can't wait to play some more of it. My mother hooked me up once again, as they always do every year. I made a video about it last year. It still checks out to this day, and if you haven't checked it out yet, it'd mean a lot to me if you go check it out at the end of this video. It'll be in the end card as well as popping up in the top right hand corner of your screen. And yeah, it was a joy putting that one together. Serge Van X is in it, Andy B plays, and yeah. Once again, another year some more video games from mom and dad. So what did mom and dad get me? Well, they got me, first of all, they got me this book here. They got me other things, but they're not gaming related, so I'm gonna keep those off screen. We didn't know about those. None of you probably interested in anime DVDs or Blu-rays, so let's just keep it to games. We've got The Ultimate History of Video Games Volume 1. Now last year, I think it was last year? Was it last year? I had Volume 2. I'm still reading through it, but I finally got Volume 1. Next up we have Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered. Was considering getting this for Switch, but I never bit the bullet and decided to put some on my wish list, so they got it for me. It was on sale, thankfully. It dropped down around Black Friday and it was kind of teetering on there for quite a while. Good thing we waited. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing through this finally and checking out the original Tomb Raider with some modern day quality of life improvements, because I played these on PlayStation recently and oh boy, Sonic and Shadow Generations. This is the Day 1 edition, comes with all that good stuff, the pamphlets, the little booklet in there for the backstory of Shadow the Hedgehog, which is awesome. I'm so glad it actually came with some good stuff. It's got a reversible cover art as well. And yeah, Sonic Generations was one of my favorite 3D Sonic games of all time, and rightfully so. It was a banger. Looking forward to playing through this at some point in the near future. And now on to the gifts from my wife. Take a look at this t-shirt. Absolutely amazing. My wife knows Resident Evil is to this day my favorite survival horror series of all time. I will not shut up about it. And she hooked me up with this shirt. I mean, it took me a while to get it, but it's a Resident Evil shirt. Look at that. You got the typewriter, the herb, you got the ink ribbon. What an awesome shirt. Didn't even know it existed, but I'm looking forward to rocking it when I talk about some survival horror games. So thank you again, wifey, for that. My wife likes to get a little crafty for the holidays, and she hooked me up with another one of these shadow boxes based off Resident Evil. Check this out. Tell me this isn't cool. Like, oh man. Where am I going to put this? I got two of them now. Look at this. This is based off the sewers in Resident Evil 2, you know, the facility underground. And it's got the map there looking all dingy. And you got the little keys with the chess symbols. This is fantastic. Like, this is so cool. I love when she gets crafty like this. I gotta find me some Resident Evil figurines from Resident Evil 2 to kind of throw in there like we did. She commissioned like a 3D print of a liquor for the last one, and it looks so cool right there on the RCPD map. So thank you again, wifey, for that one. And she hooked me up with this awesome Exodia. Like, look at this, Figure-Rise. She put this together like in a day. Figure-Rise model kit of Exodia. It's got full articulation as well. Decals up the wazoo. Listen, I know it's anime, but you gotta understand and respect something. Us growing up in the 90s, we knew better. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was not just an anime, it was a way of life, it was a card game, it was a video game. Lots of video games. And last but not least, she picked me up Red Out on the PlayStation 4. This was a game I've had on the Switch digitally for the longest time, and I couldn't play it on there anymore. It just did not run well. When things would get too fast, the game would look like a pixelated mess, like artifacts everywhere, and it was disgusting. The game has a banger soundtrack and is still one of the most fastest racing games I've ever played, futuristic and all that. It got a sequel, but the music in the original is still hands down some of the best music you'll ever hear in a racing game. That's pretty much it when it comes to video game related pickups within the past months. Like I said, birthday, Black Friday, Christmas, all of it is covered in today's video. And I want to thank you all for a wonderful 2024. Thank you all for subscribing, for tuning in, for commenting down below, hitting the like button, sharing the video with some of your friends. If you've done it, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you all for tuning in, taking the time to watch some guy on YouTube, once again, talking about video games. Like, there's not enough of us, right? So anyways, thank you all for tuning in, and I wish you all a good game and a good night. Happy holidays, everybody. The end card's popping up with some other videos you might be interested in, so definitely check those out when you get the chance. I'm Scorpio Caesar, and I'll see you all very soon at the CesArcade.